What's going on, you guys? It's the Michael Myers. Welcome back to a brand new live stream. It's been a while. I haven't been doing live streams as of lately. My last one was when we talked about about the Exorcist remake, which pretty much, man. To start off, hope all of you guys are doing good. Like I said, it's been a while. Haven't really done a video or a live stream. But yeah, man, since we've been getting, as of lately, quite a few horror movie news, some of these news that we're going to talk about here, they're probably about, you could say, a week late. Um, I just been pretty busy, man. So I haven't really had the chance to do them as quite often. But today, I had a day off, man, and we're going to be getting it in. We're going to be getting it in. And like I said, man, hope you guys are doing pretty good, man. Appreciate all of you guys who tune in. Come check out the live stream, man. But we got a few good stuff to talk about here today. Like I said, we've gotten a lot of good horror news announcements and stuff like that. Got my Freddy glove right here. But yeah, man. You could say a lot of new films have been announced. But to start off, I wanted to mention, I know we have gotten, well, the latest film that we've gotten was Evil Dead Rise. Now, I still haven't seen the movie as of now, as of till this day, I haven't seen the movie, but I do plan on going to watch it tonight. Like I said, I did have the day off, so and I believe the movie's been out about a week now. Came out last Friday, and I've been, out of all the movies that were announced and stuff like that, I think Evil Dead Rise was the one that caught my attention more, or not say caught my attention more, but I feel like I was more interested in the film. And from what I've been seeing, I heard it's pretty good, man. And I really can't wait to see it for myself. I know when we got the trailer, I mean, I was curious. It got me curious. I was pretty interested because it did look pretty damn good. So I'm gonna go be the judge of that tonight. And I can't wait, man. I can't wait because I had heard good things about it. So we're gonna be checking that out, and I will be doing a movie review on it. I'm not sure if I'll do a live stream or like a regular review, discussion video. I don't know if you guys noticed, I got my little setup right here. Put my mic here. I don't know if you guys probably noticed this mic. I've had it for quite some time now. Usually it's in the background, but now I'm gonna be doing a little bit more discussion videos, like how I used to do them before. A little bit more organized, with photos and stuff like that, instead of doing the the whole live streams. And I like doing the live streams, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I feel like with this, the mic, it does help out a little bit, and I have used it in other older discussion videos, so I kind of want to go back to that same style of the videos. So yeah, definitely be looking forward to that. So once I check out the movie tonight, I will be doing a movie review probably in the next few days for sure. I'm gonna be reviewing it based on my first watch. So I really can't wait, guys. Like I said, I heard a lot of great things about Evil Dead Rise, and yeah, I can't wait to go check it out tonight. But in the other hand, man, I wanted to talk about the bigger news, of course. We have gotten the official title for the Exorcist remake, for the upcoming Exorcist remake slash direct sequel. I know David Gordon Green, Blumhouse, is doing a trilogy, so that should be interesting. But we have gotten the official title for the Exorcist remake, and don't get me wrong. At first, when I first saw this official title, it seemed kind of like, I don't know, it was just kind of like I wasn't expecting for it to be the title. You know, I kind of knew it was gonna be like The Exorcist something. You know, obviously I don't think it was gonna be called just The Exorcist. You know, uh, I mean I know some of, you know, the later releases, you know, they were just the plain title, you know, Halloween, Scream. Uh, but of course, our main title, our official title for the Exorcist remake is The Exorcist Believer. Um, like I said, it does sound kind of strange, you know. Uh, like I feel like they would have used a more like interesting title, but hey, I'm just glad they didn't use just The Exorcist, because I felt that would have been a little too simple in my opinion. What's up, Joseph, the horror guy? What's up, man? Hope you're doing pretty good, man. Just here, we're gonna be talking about some of these horror movie news that we have gotten, man. And like I said, I haven't done a live stream in a while, so I decided this was a good opportunity. You know, grab a few of the latest news and just like talk about it in one live stream. But man, glad to see you back on here, man. I'm still excited. Me and my crush, Daniel Harris, and that's awesome, man. That's for many of us, that's like a dream come true, for sure. That sounds great, man. So Scarefest in October. That's great, man. That's great. I would definitely love to meet her one day as well. But yeah, guys, what do you guys think about the you know, the whole official title for the Exorcist remake, The Exorcist Believer? Like I said, it seemed kind of off at first, but at the same time, it's kind of good that they're just not calling it The Exorcist, and you know, by them calling it The Exorcist Believer, I feel you know, the whole believer thing, I think it has to do probably with the storyline or whatever. So we're gonna have to wait and see how that plays out. Now, according to a lot of people, the trailer has premiered. The trailer for The Exorcist Believer has premiered at the CinemaCon. You know, obviously we haven't gotten it like online or nothing like that. So some people have already seen, you know, the trailer at CinemaCon, the first footage we have gotten from this Exorcist remake. And people who seen it, who were there to experience it, or came back, you know, talking about, you know, what they seen in the trailer. I seen like last night. I was watching at a few videos, man, where and if you guys are curious, I'm not really gonna go into too detail because I just rather watch the trailer myself, and then we could talk about it, you know, break it down. But there's already a few videos, man, where some people are kind of like explaining what happens in the trailer. If you guys are curious, you guys could go check that out. But you know, the main thing that I'm like I said, I'm not gonna go too deep into it. But the main thing that people are saying, man, about this trailer, that it does look convincing or whatever. It does look you could say scary to some people, or you know, and one of the main things that you know, that caught my attention, or one of the standouts, you know, from the whole, you know, breakdown, from what people are saying that seen the footage, and you could consider this a spoiler or whatever, but according to some of the people who seen it, I guess there's gonna be two possessed girls in this one, which is interesting. They're switching it up. I'm glad. Like, it's something different, you know. I don't think we've seen that in the Exorcist films, of course. So that's pretty decent. I mean, for them to switch it up, make it two girls, could it work or not? We're gonna have to see. But of course, this film is featuring Leslie Odom Jr. and Ellen Bernstein, who's returning to reprise her role as Reagan's mother. Now, of course, on my last live stream, we got the news that Linda Blair will be returning for this film. It's still not known if she's gonna have a major role. I hope she does. I hope she has enough screen time, because I think she's a big key, a big major piece to these Exorcist films. So I really hope her presence is in there for sure. Um, but of course, this film is set to be released on October 13th. But yeah, man. I mean, I guess the people who saw this trailer at the CinemaCon, man, it had people talking. I guess some people were actually, convinced for this, and it does look, from according to the people, it does look a little bit more better than many of us thought. Because of course, many of us weren't really digging the whole idea, since the beginning, because the whole remake and direct sequel type of thing. But I guess some people are really interested, man. Are really thinking this film looks decent, And like I said, I don't really want to go into too deep into what people are saying about the trailer, because I just rather watch it myself. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the trailer should be dropping anytime soon. Probably give it a few more weeks, probably a month maybe. But yeah, I do feel it, because usually when the trailers get premiered, like at these events, CinemaCon, not too long after that, the trailer drops online. So yeah, of course, when the trailer drops, I will be doing like a breakdown, reaction type of thing. But yeah, that's one of the main things that stood out from, like I said, I saw there's a few videos on YouTube where people are talking about what they actually saw in the trailer. And like I said, one of the main things that stand out for me, that stood out from, the whole footage, is that there's going to be a double possession. There's going to be two girls or whatever that are going to be possessed in this film. But yeah, that's pretty interesting, man. The people who went to CinemaCon got to see the first footage of this film. Like I said from the beginning, I've never been digging this whole idea, but of course, us as horror fans are interested and curious about what's gonna go down. But yeah, I hope it's something decent, man. Like I said, the whole fact that they're gonna have two girls who are possessed, it should be different. Like, I'm glad. Like, I think I even heard, like, in one of those YouTube videos, that some of the scenes in the trailer are like some of the things. Like, for example, I think they mentioned something about, how in the original film, where when the demon carves, in Reagan's stomach, like the demon carves out like some words on Reagan's stomach. I heard something similar like that's in the trailer, which I'm not too worried about. Like I said, one of the main issues I have with this, or not issues, but one thing I wouldn't like to see is a lot of those same things play out in the remake. A lot of those classic moments, classic scenes from the original play out in a more modern version. That's what I mean. I get it. You could say it's a good idea, because it is a nice nod, a nice you know a nice nod, a nice tribute to the original film. But I really hope, and especially with the whole Blumhouse, doing this, I really hope they do a little bit more original stuff with it. Like I said, the fact that there's two girls being possessed, I think that's different. So I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, I'm reading some of these people's perspectives, on Twitter. They're saying the footage looks pretty terrifying. It looks, I guess, dark. Of course, David Gordon Green, he's more of like and you could tell, from especially from the Halloween trilogy, they kind of added like the humor element in there, which is what like David Gordon Green is like best to do at. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some of that in this, but I really hope they do keep it at a tone, because of course these Exorcist movies, they have that dark tone, you know. So I hope it really does that. So here I'm gonna read this out. It's like I guess someone from Twitter saying the Exorcist believer looks terrifying. Two girls go missing and come back possessed, and since the parents have never seen anything like this, they find someone who has Ellen Bernstein. Of course, that's one of the like the first news we heard about this movie is that Ellen Bernstein will be returning. And like I predicted, like I mentioned in other videos, other live streams, I'm pretty sure Ellen Bernstein, being the OG character, she's gonna step in into the play, you know, to help out these new girls. So this new family that, you know, the two girls get possessed, and of course they get help from Ellen Bernstein. A very clever new evolution plus follow up to the original. Interesting, man. Interesting. But yeah, man, it was pretty like out of nowhere. Like I know it was kind of like we really haven't seen or heard much about the new movie, and of course it was slated to come out later on this year. So yeah, I think it's good timing. I think it was about time for them to excuse me, start releasing some of this new footage or the trailer, you know. But that's interesting, man. That's interesting. Like I said, I'm not gonna be too too deep. If you guys really want to know more about what people seen in the trailer, you guys could go check out some of those videos. But yeah, here we even got some of the cast here. We got Olivia Markham. I guess she's playing one of the little girls, and Anne Dowd, which is I'm not really sure who she's playing. I'm pretty sure she's gonna play. I'm looking at like the cast on the Google. And Dowd, she looks like she probably might be playing one of she might be playing the mother of these two girls. And one thing I'm really looking forward to, man, is the whole demon perspective. You know, of course, in the original, the demon was, you know, the Pazzasu, and I feel like possibly we might get something like that, you know, similar to the whole Pazzasu demon. But I've also heard a few people saying that it's gonna be a whole different demon, so that should be interesting. They even have right here in the cast Nadim Jahik. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but he's listed right here in the cast as the demon. So yeah, that should be interesting. I mean, I'm curious to see how, you know, the whole demon, you know, the demon voice, of course, that classic demon voice from the original, you know, stood out to a lot of us. So I'm interested how the new one's gonna play out, and I believe I even heard that Jamie Lee Curtis was trying to do the trying to like play as like the voice of the demon in this new Exorcist remake. But interesting stuff, man. Interesting stuff. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna be open-minded for this film, especially since they're saying it's a good follow-up to the original. I hope it does that. You know, I hope it does live up to that, and it doesn't repeat a lot of the same stuff from the original. But I am also excited to see The Exorcist Believer. I really want to see Insidious, The Red Door, but where you want Halloween franchises to go after Halloween ends? That's an interesting question, man. You know, we're still not really sure where the Halloween franchise is gonna go after ends. I don't think we've heard much about it. I think I've heard about like a TV series, but I mean, we've been hearing about a TV series for a few years now. But I mean, I don't mind. I think from what I heard, I think if they were gonna do a series, I think it was gonna be Blumhouse as well. I'm not sure if it's a continuation after ends, but I did hear something along those lines. You know, about I think like a TV series, Blumhouse still. I wouldn't mind, guys, simply because I know and it sucks to say, but the Halloween franchise did go kind of downhill um, with this new Blumhouse trilogy. You know, especially after Ends, a lot of people were digging it. Um, I will say it did go downhill once again. Um, and I feel like I think a TV series at this point, now that it kind of went downhill, I think a TV series could kind of help it lift it up. You know, because if they were to do another movie, man, I just feel like, and especially, you know, since Blumhouse still owns the rights and stuff like that, if it's gonna be the same crew behind it, I feel like their best route is to do a series, man. Because I feel like if they were to do another movie, um, especially after the you know the especially after the abomination of Halloween Ends, I don't think people will be as interested. Or of course they will. You know, the Halloween movies always do good in the box office, but I don't think people will, especially coming after that shitty film Halloween Ends. I don't think people will be as curious or as wouldn't take it as serious, if you know what I mean. But I mean, personally, I think a TV series would be okay, rather for them, you know, to make a whole brand new remake, you know, introduce us again, because we've seen that a few times already. So yeah, I mean, a series wouldn't be bad in my opinion. What about you guys? You guys think, what would you guys like to see after Ends? My thing is go back to direct sequel to Halloween 4 and called it The Return of Jamie. Yeah, for sure, Joseph. I definitely agree. That's something. One of my main things that I'm looking forward to. You know, it doesn't sound in the realm of possibility. I mean, I even heard. I think Daniel Harris was in talks with one of the producers from the Blumhouse Halloween movies. I guess they like kind of reached out to her or something, and they kind of like discussed it. But obviously, we it wasn't like confirmed or nothing like that, you know. But we'll see what happens. But that's something dope. That's something I would like to see as well. Um, because yeah, I mean, it's Daniel Harris. Who wouldn't want to see that? Especially since Halloween 4 is one of those sequels that a lot of people love. One of the best sequels in the franchise. So yeah, and of course it didn't get a right, you know, like a right follow up. You know, like with Halloween 5. I think Halloween 5 it's a flawed film for sure, but it still has kind of that nostalgia feeling for me, even though it's a crappy film. Um, you know, there's a few flaws with it, but you know, I think it could be done better. You know, it could be done better. You know, definitely pick it up, man. 30 years after Halloween 4. You know, once Jamie Lloyd is all grown up, that'll be interesting for sure. That's something I would like to see. But I mean, yeah, man, I can't wait to see this. And I know I've been shitting on the whole Exorcist, a remake, you know. But I mean, people are saying it looks convincing, it looks terrifying, it looks. I guess people came out with a thumbs up. So I'm curious now. I'm definitely curious, and that's my main concern, guys. I hope they do something new and different, rather than recreate a lot of those classic moments in the original. But we'll see what we're gonna have to see what happens. But yeah, definitely that's for me at least. You know, the most interesting film coming out this year. Of course, it was Evil Dead Rise. At one point, that was like the one I was most interested in because it looked pretty good from the trailer. But yeah, man, I will be checking that out tonight. Hopefully, I do have the time, and we're gonna go check that out, man. And I will give you guys a movie review. Have you guys, any of you guys, seen Evil Dead Rise? Tell me what you guys think about it, man. I heard from a lot of people it's good. It's good. They're saying it's probably the best one since the original. But we'll see what's up, man. We'll see how that goes down tonight. Slasher fam, what's up, man? How's it going? Glad you made it to the chat. So excited for Chuck season 3. Yeah, I actually did hear that as well. So yeah, we could talk about that too. As the latest horror news. I guess they're starting to film it. Season 3. I still haven't seen season 2. I've seen. I think I saw the first 2 episodes, but I haven't seen it. They did release it on DVD and Blu-ray not too long ago. I have seen it at the stores, but I haven't got the chance to pick it up. But I definitely will sometime in the future. I do plan on getting it, so I could like kind of catch up or whatever. But but yeah, man, season 3, not as excited simply because since the beginning I wasn't the biggest fan of the whole Chucky series, but I mean that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. I hope they do. I hope they kind of learn their lesson and they improve it with the 3rd season. But I mean, I'm not surprised they got a season 3. Maybe season 3 might be the last. I kind of have a feeling it will. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. In the other hand of horror movie news, I actually found out this yesterday, 2 days ago. I saw like an article, and I usually, I pretty much had time yesterday, but usually when I don't have time, I just read headlines. I don't click on the articles, but I had some time yesterday, and one of the first few articles that showed up on my phone or on like the Google News or whatever, is I guess the headline was like see what's Blumhouse next series. So that got me curious. I thought they were gonna mention The Exorcist, but I mean that's obviously something they've been working on for a while. So I clicked on it because I was curious. I wonder what series Blumhouse is picking up now. So I clicked on it, man. Started reading a little bit. They're not really picking up any series as of now, but they are planning on creating series from their films they've been having. And I guess they were having a debate, or they were trying to see what they could, or I'm not sure if they're gonna do series for both films, but of course it was between the Megan film and the Black Phone, which of course are Blumhouse films. And yeah, of course they're going to they just confirmed a Megan part 2, which does make sense because Megan was pretty successful. I still haven't seen it. I still have not seen it. I know some of you guys wanted me to review it. But yeah, I do plan on picking up the DVD or Blu-ray, whatever, so I could check it out because I heard it's pretty decent. So we'll check that out, and I'll have a movie review for you guys soon. But yeah, so yeah, they just confirmed the Megan part 2. Like I said, I guess they were kind of debating whether they should continue with the Megan series or the Black Phone series. The Black Phone, I might have to rewatch it, but it wasn't too bad neither. I think it felt like a fresh, new, kind of like slasher film type thing. I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel. I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel for the Black Phone. I really hope they continue it. Like I said, I'm not sure if they're gonna continue both franchises or both movies, but definitely they're starting off with Megan 2. And like I said, it's no surprise because Megan 2 was pretty damn successful. So yeah, it makes sense for them to it does make sense for them to start moving on, with the next film and stuff like that. But yeah, I still have not seen the first Megan. I know it just came out on DVD. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Now another reveal at CinemaCon, which is another one of the films I'm looking forward to. And even though this series isn't the greatest, but I mean I always have like, you could say, guilty pleasure out of these movies. Saw X, Saw 10. I guess the logo was premiered. You guys can see it in my thumbnail. Yeah, the Saw 10 logo was premiered at or revealed at the CinemaCon, and that's interesting. That's interesting. So the Saw X, Saw 10 is going to be directed by Kevin. Greuter. I might have said that wrong. And written by Josh Stolberg and Peter Goldfinger. And of course, we're gonna have Tobin Bell back in this. I did see a behind the scene footage, or not a behind the scene, but I guess it was like a picture of them on set. I believe Tobin Bell was like sitting at a park bench or something like that. But yeah, I have seen a few photos of them filming Saw 10. So that's interesting. Like I said, these films aren't really the greatest, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to what they're gonna do next. I know the last Saw film was Spiral, which was like a spin-off remake type thing. It really had nothing to do with the previous films, you know, the series. So that'll be interesting, man. Coming off a spin-off movie and then going back to the original films, the original franchise. I would like to see how that plays out, man. So Saw 10 or Saw X is one that I'm really looking forward to. But yeah, and Saw 10 is expected to be released on the 27th. So yeah, there's been a lot of good films, man. Even last year, we got a lot of good horror films. Of course, even with Scream 6, I think was a great way to start off the year, man, for sure. I've only seen it. I believe yesterday or on Tuesday, it was released on streaming. I think Paramount. They just released it digitally, so you guys could stream it at home. I'm thinking of probably rewatching it like that because the Blu-ray, the DVD comes out till July, if I'm not mistaken. And I've only seen it once. Like I said, guys, I've been really busy, haven't really had the chance. That's the main reason Evil Dead Rise, which is one of the most interesting films that I was looking forward to, of course, other than Scream 6. That's the main reason it's been out like a week now, and I didn't go see it. You know, I didn't go see it opening night simply because, you know, just time has been too consuming. But tonight, man, I'm really hoping to go check it out because it's, I don't know, my curiosity is eating me for sure, man. A lot of people are saying it's pretty damn good. But yeah, like I said, if you guys have seen the Evil Dead Rise film, tell me what you guys think about it. Were you guys a fan of it? A lot of people are saying they kind of got vibes from like the 2013 Evil Dead, and I thought that remake was pretty okay. So yeah, and they're saying this one's even better than that one. So we'll see what happens, man. I'll be the judge of that tomorrow, or not tomorrow, tonight when I go see it. So yeah, I will probably hopefully have a movie review maybe tomorrow if I had the time, or you know, in the next few days for sure. But yeah, man, my curiosity is eating me, you know. But another, in the other hand, another of the horror news was the fifth Insidious film, Insidious: The Red Door, which I will be doing a trailer reaction right here because the trailer has been out for a few days. I have not seen it, and I decided to save this moment for right now on live stream with you guys, so you guys could get my reaction. So yeah, this is my first time watching it right now. I'm gonna pull it up. I like the Insidious films. Of course, my favorite is the first one. I don't really recall the last one, which was The Last Key, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. I don't really recall that one, but even the second and third one, they weren't too bad. You know, I don't know. I think the Insidious films aren't the worst films. I mean, even the Conjuring, like I feel like Conjuring and Insidious have been like the more what am I doing? The more successful modern films. So for sure, man. So we're about to pull it up. I'm interested because we are getting Patrick Wilson back in this, and of course he's a big of course one of the main characters from the series. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Was he in the last one? I really don't recall, man. You guys have to ring a bell. Chippy, what's up, bro? What's up, man? How's it going? We're here, man, chopping it up. We are talking about some of these new films, man, that are coming out. Of course, we got the official title for The Exorcist, the remake, The Exorcist Believer. What do you guys think about that? I guess people at the CinemaCon, they got first footage. They got to see the trailer for The Exorcist Believer, which is interesting, man, because a lot of people are talking about it. They're saying it looks okay. People are saying it looks terrifying. But yeah, I can't wait till it surfaces online because I will be doing a reaction and like a breakdown. Yeah, for sure, Chippy. Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's pretty good. I can't wait to see it, man. I might go see it tonight. For sure, yeah. It came out last week. Didn't have the chance to go check it out, but definitely tonight, man, I will be going check out Evil Dead Rise. And like I said, based on the trailer, it looked pretty good in my opinion. It looked pretty damn good. So the curiosity's there for sure, and I guess it is living to a lot of people's expectations. But yeah, for sure, Evil Dead Rise, definitely heard a lot of positive about it. So yeah, guys, right here I just pulled up the Insidious Red Door trailer. I'm gonna be reacting to it, giving you guys my thoughts. This is my first time watching it, so let's check it out. We're gonna be checking it out, guys. Before I check this out, what do you guys think about the trailer? I'm pretty sure you guys seen it. What do you guys think about the new Insidious trailer? Let's check it out.
Ready? We're ready to forget the further, once and for all. My brain has just been foggy the past few years. All I ever wanted was to be a good dad. Don't they? Did you ever try and get help? Nah, I'm just trying to push through.
Why don't you direct Alton to college? You still have a few weeks before your students show up, right? Just an idea to reconnect. I know it's been tough with you too.
The balance of light and dark is what we're after.
So James Wan is doing this film.
A few weeks before your students show up, right? Just an idea to reconnect.
I know he did the first one. I'm not sure if he did the sequels.
The balance of light and dark is what we're after.
You're in the art school, I take it?
Yeah, you go here too?
Yes.
Draw an experience that defines you.
When I was 10, I was in a coma. But I don't even remember being sick.
Sink deep into your memory and let's see what light can find.
I'm seeing crazy stuff. I think these drawings could be clues from my past.
There's so much you don't know, and I was too scared to tell you the truth.
Our family has been keeping secrets. They suppressed our memories, but I can still feel something following us. There's only one way to find out. I feel like we're getting closer to something.
When you awaken the dead, the further you travel, the riskier your journey will become.
July. So this film is exclusively in movie theaters in July. All right, okay.
Listen, there's a good chance somebody's trying to hack your website right.
Interesting, man. Interesting. Trailer did look good in the theater. Oh, that's dope, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna premiere in the trailers, the commercials for Evil Dead Rise. I'm not sure though, but hey, it looks interesting. It looks pretty good. I like how, and like I said, I kind of have a fog memory on the Insidious films because I haven't seen them in a long time. I've seen the first one mostly, but it looks pretty good, man. I like how they're kind of taking it back to the first one, or not exactly the first one, but a lot of the things that they went throughout the films. That looks interesting. And if I'm not mistaken, guys, I'm pretty sure the Red Door was mentioned in the first movie or in one of the previous films. But I guess this one is gonna be more focused on the Red Door. I could be mistaken, guys. Like I said, I haven't seen the Insidious movies in a long time, but it does look convincing. You know, I like how, like I said, Patrick Wilson's character, he's kind of like, you know, going how do you say, he's like going to he's going through like past stuff, and of course stuff is coming up. So hey, it looks interesting, man. I like how, like I said, there from the beginning of the trailer, you can see a few scenes, few cuts from the first movie. But yeah, definitely, it looks at least decent. Looks like I said, I don't recall the last one. The Last Key, I think that one was probably my least favorite from what I remember. But yeah, for sure, man. It looks interesting. It looks like a decent horror film.
Right now, you gotta make sure.
Yeah, definitely we'll be checking that out. So obviously it's 10 years after, it's taking place 10 years later. So that's interesting, man. That's interesting. Talking about Insidious, like I said, I think Insidious and The Conjuring really go hand in hand together. Like I said, since they're like the more successful modern films. I even heard about a Conjuring 4, man. A Conjuring 4 on the works. I even heard a Conjuring TV series. I know the Conjuring movies are really successful, you know, even though they're not. Well, I like the Conjuring movies. The third one was a little bit weaker, but they definitely do numbers. They definitely are a success in the box office since they're pretty big modern horror films. But yeah, man, Insidious The Red Door looks pretty good. I can't wait to see it, man. In theaters this July. Yeah, man, I can't wait to see that. If I get the chance, I will go see it in the theater, which will be the first Insidious movie I've seen in the movie theater. Yeah, I haven't seen none of them in the movie theater. But it looks interesting. It looks interesting. Boogeyman movie also looks good. I heard about that. I think I saw a poster for it somewhere. Here, I'll pull it up. I have not seen the trailer. I think I might as well do a trailer reaction. You guys could fill me in. I know we've gotten a series. I think there's like 3 films, the Boogeyman. I'm not sure if this is the same thing. Is it a remake of it? You guys let me know, man. You guys could fill me in. But yeah, I know we've gotten like 3 movies of the Boogeyman. You know, I've seen the first one, but I remember those films weren't that great. But yeah, here, I just pulled it up, man. Let me check it out.
There are scary things we don't understand. Our minds try to fill in the blanks. Sometimes the best thing to do is to face it. So this light is going to be completely silent like it is right now. And gradually, it's going to start flashing until it's totally dark. So you can see that there's nothing to be afraid of. Okay?
From the mind of Stephen King.
That's not so scary, is it? Just you, your sister, and me.
Producer of Stranger Things. Okay.
It's not real. It's okay.
just in your head.
Katie, there's something in my room. You believe me, don't you?
There's no such thing as monsters. You need to grow up. I'm serious, Sawyer. I need to be alone.
You're both having these manifestations. What is this supposed to be? It's the thing that comes for your kids when you're not paying attention.
Dad, you have to listen to me.
Okay. I'm listening. Sweetheart, let me handle it.
Let me play that one more time.
Dad, you have to listen to me.
Okay. I'm listening. Sweetheart, let me handle it.
Okay. So this film is directed by Rob Savage, set to be released June 2nd. It is PG-13. So yeah, guys, if you guys know, definitely fill me in, man. Is this a remake, a continuation of the previous Boogeyman films? I know I seen the first one, the first Boogeyman movie. They weren't the greatest films, from what I heard. And they have 3 of those, and I know they're like cheesy, 2000 type of horror movies, so they weren't as great. But this one, I mean, it looks pretty decent. I like the dark atmosphere, the dark tone to this, and like I said, it is PG-13. And I believe those older Boogeyman films that I'm talking about, though, I believe those were PG-13 as well. So, I mean, yeah, it definitely looks pretty good. I like the whole lighting, the cinematography. It just looks like a pretty dark tone movie. Pretty creepy, This one's another pretty interesting one. So, yeah, I might check this one out. Even like the monster, the Boogeyman, kind of does look like a bit similar to the older ones, but that's interesting, man. That's interesting. I've noticed, man, a lot of these there's a lot of freaking horror films, man, and I feel like horror's having a pretty good comeback, man, because I feel like as of lately we've been having pretty decent, successful horror films. Of course, The Black Phone, Megan was pretty damn successful. Of course, you can't mention, the whole Blumhouse Halloween series, which were pretty successful, man. So I feel like horror's been having a pretty good comeback as of lately. I love slasher movies. I don't care for ghosts, haunted house, or in demonic possession. I agree, man. Yeah, definitely I agree, because there's a lot of, modern films and older films have kind of done that, either the ghost thing, haunted house thing, the whole possession thing. That's why, and also there's a movie that came out. I think it's been a while. It's been out. The Pope's Exorcist. I know a lot of those exorcism movies never really are great, Of course, it really doesn't beat, the main original Exorcist film. So a lot of those types of films are like not the greatest, they're just like cheesy films. But the Pope's Exorcist movie, it looks pretty interesting. Like I haven't seen it, but I seen like the trailer. Some people were actually sold, you know. So I do agree for sure. I know there's a lot of films like that you know have to do with the ghost, haunted house, but I really like how they're focusing more on like different, like of course the Boogeyman, which is of course something we've seen before, but you know we're not getting as much as those like for example the Pope's Exorcist. I think it was a marketing strategy, you know, since the whole Exorcist Believer movies coming out. I feel like they released that film to kind of like prepare us or something. It's a good marketing strategy if you ask me, but for sure I agree, man, because a lot of those films are definitely played out at this point, you know. I was born in 1999, so I didn't get into the whole slasher genre until... And the first one that I got to see up on the big screen is Halloween 2018. That's dope, man. That's definitely dope. Yeah, I mean, 2018 was a pretty decent film. And yeah, I actually did see the three of them in the theater. That's pretty interesting, man. Slasher fan. I don't know, but it might be. And horror movies are that bad. Heard Pope Exorcism wasn't bad. Yeah, I heard about that too, man. I heard that it wasn't as bad as, you know, a lot of us thought. I mean, when I first saw the trailer for the first time, I thought it was just like another rip-off exorcism movie like we've gotten, you know. So I didn't really pay no mind, but I guess once it came out, people like were actually saying it wasn't as bad, you know. And I kind of like saw a little trailer, a little like TV spot on like before I started the live stream. I was like, okay. So yeah, I'm even curious on that, man. I definitely want to check that out. Due to my curiosity, seems like we are in the phase of horror movies. Definitely, man. I agree. Like I said, I feel like we've been getting a lot of great movies as of lately. And you know, it's another thing. Like, let's say we've been getting a lot of horror movies, and most of them are like not that great. Like, I feel like that wouldn't really. I think if that was the case, the whole horror genre will go downhill. But as of lately, man, we've been getting a lot, and I haven't seen a lot. I haven't seen a lot of these new releases, but from what I've heard, from what I've seen, there's a lot of good horror films, man, that have been coming out and that are pretty good. Like, that people actually liking them, you know, they're not like shitty films. So for sure, man, I think that's giving the genre more of a chance, you know, more of a opportunity, man, to come back, you know. And that's why we've been getting a lot of good horror films, you know, a lot of franchises returning, a lot of you know, and a lot of original stuff coming out, man. Like, you know, the whole, what's it called, what's that studio called? You know, the whole studio, A24, I believe so. You know, the one that came out with X and stuff like a lot of the Pearl, a lot of those modern films were pretty good, man. So I feel since like a lot of films have been pretty successful, pretty you know, critically acclaimed, like I feel people are kind of taking it more serious, you know. And yeah, man, I've seen like I be seeing like news of like a lot of horror films that are coming out. So I definitely agree, man. I definitely agree. And I think we're in a good time with the horror movies, man. I think since last year, for sure, man. Definitely, I agree, man. Because I feel like a lot of people, they're taking advantage. You know, they're taking advantage, trying to make a film because, yeah, we're in a great time, man. If you ask me, we're in a good time for the horror genre. If you take a look, a couple years before that, man, probably 5 years ago, it wasn't a lot of films weren't the greatest. For example, before 2018, like, yeah, it wasn't as big as it became, you know. So that's definitely a good sign, man. That's definitely a good thing that we are getting. People are taking these horror films more seriously, and they're not just doing it for the heck of it, you know, just make another horror film, you know, another shitty horror film. People are actually, you know, you could tell taking their time and really being creative, you know. Even though a lot of this stuff might be some stuff that we've seen before, that we've seen before. For example, Megan, that was pretty much like a whole, like to a lot of people, was like a carbon copy of the Child's Play 2019 remake with the whole AI technology doll type of thing. But I mean, from what I still haven't seen Megan, but from what I heard, it definitely worked out more than the Child's Play remake. I mean, yeah, you still hear of Megan till this day, and I know it's a recent release, but I remember more people talking about Megan than they did with the Child's Play 2019. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I never heard people talk about that movie again. But interesting stuff, man. Interesting stuff. Like I said, guys, even the Boogeyman, it's not one of those films that you could say got my attention. But of course, once we see the trailer, for sure, man. I don't care for Saw slasher fan. I get you. Yeah, I get your point of view. Yeah, I understand. Excuse me. I understand a lot of people who are they just don't care for it, and that's simply because I just think in the 2000s, man. Don't get me wrong. I like the Saw series. Most of the films are not that great. My favorites were always the first two. But I do understand, because I feel the Saw series was too exploited. It was too... It got to a point where it was too played out, because in the 2000s, we literally got a Saw movie every year, every October from 2004 to 2010. So, and then of course the movies were getting worse and worse. It was going downhill. That's why I feel like a lot of people, like, I feel it was too overrated at that time, you could say even now, but of course the recent, like, for example, Jigsaw, which was the 2017 Saw movie, the first Saw movie we have gotten since 2010, it wasn't really the greatest. And of course we got The Spiral, which in my opinion, it's like a spin-off type of thing. It was you could say a fresh new start, something different than the ordinary Saw films. But yeah, I definitely get your point of view. Cause yeah, at one point they were pretty overrated, man. I just feel I feel like it just got kind of boring at a certain point, especially when it got to the sequels. I always say this: I think Saw should have been a trilogy, because the first three weren't as bad. But after part 3, yeah, I did get a little worn out, played out, But I definitely understand, man. I definitely get your point of view. 5 years ago, everyone was big on Marvel and superhero. I agree, man. I definitely agree. That was the whole Marvel phase. And if you noticed, and I don't, what do I know? I don't really know, because I don't really follow that stuff. But I really haven't seen, and it's been a few years. I haven't seen I could be wrong. I think Black Panther was like the last successful. Obviously, all Marvel superhero movies are successful, but I'm talking about like people who liked it. The film was good. I haven't really heard a standout superhero film in a couple of years, man. Of course, I think the last one, from what I remember, was Black Panther. And before that, we've had a lot of standout movies, Marvel movies like Avengers, and stuff like that. Even the Avengers, I have not seen none of the Avengers sequels, but I don't recall them. I don't recall them being so talked about like the first Avengers. You know what I mean? So I even feel the Marvel stuff kind of even started going downhill, at some point, because like I said, it's been a couple of years, man, since I heard like a big like people really talking about it. I think the last one was Black Panther, but I could be wrong. But definitely, Chippy, I definitely agree with you right there. I've seen all of the new Halloween movies in theaters. I saw both Scream 5 and 6 in theaters, and I saw Megan in theaters. That's dope, man. That's dope. I think since you kind of got into the horrors since Halloween 2018, I think you came in perfect timing, man, because since 2018, I would say even since it. Oh, Pinhead, don't fall. I was about to knock over Pinhead. Even with the It remake, I think that was what really set it up, man, for a lot of these upcoming films. Because if you really think about it, that was the first successful film of all time in horror. I could be mistaken, but yeah, it was really big. And then after that, we got the Halloween 2018, which was another big advantage. So yeah, man, I think right now is a perfect timing. It's a perfect timing. It's a great time to be a horror fan. So that's definitely good timing right there, man. Seems like superhero genre are getting people. Yeah, that's true, man. And I've been saying this for a while now. Next thing you know, man, and it does sound kind of cliche when I say it, but you never know, man. Maybe in a few years from now on, we're gonna have a whole horror cinematic universe type thing, you know, kind of similar what they did to Marvel. You really never know, man. You really never know, because a lot of franchises have been coming back, you know. And if you really think about it, if Exorcist the Believer, if it's a good film, if it's a good comeback, definitely expect to see more stuff like that, man. More films returning. Shit, I mean, we are getting the Friday the 13th Peacock series. I even heard about something about the Nightmare movie, but nothing really too major. But yeah, man, definitely. And like I said, we also had movies, like for example, The Black Phone, which was you could say an original movie that was pretty good, you know. And I feel that's a good look as well, man, with the horror franchise. I feel they should definitely come out, not just like bringing old franchises, you know, not just bringing old franchises back, but you know, creating films like The Black Phone, you know, Megan, which you could say it wasn't as original, but it worked. It definitely worked for that concept. And there's a lot of new films that, like, I think Cocaine Bear, that's another one that people were really talking about, man. So yeah, I really want to get caught up, man. I definitely want to get caught up with a lot of these recent releases. So and we're gonna be starting tonight, man, with Evil Dead Rise. I know most of you guys probably saw it. Man, make sure you guys definitely stay tuned, man. Probably in the next few days, I will be coming out with an Evil Dead Rise review, because I will be going to watch tonight. Everything went downhill after Spider-Man No Way Home. That's true, man. Oh, you're right. That was like the last big. That was the last big Marvel film. That's so true right there. But good chatting, but got to go. Definitely, man. No worries. I'm gonna be heading out of here soon as well. Chippy, definitely appreciate you, man. Always tuning in, coming to chat. You know, it's always great talking to you guys. But yeah, man. I mean, I just wanted to hop on here for a bit. I know I haven't been doing videos or live streams, been kind of busy, but yeah, man. I definitely wanted to do this one, talking about, you know, some of the major news that we got. To me, I think the main thing we talked about today, or the main highlight, I feel, is the whole Exorcist Believer trailer premiere at the CinemaCon. Curious, man, curiosity. Like I said, since the beginning, I kind of always trashed the Exorcist remake, direct sequel thing. And like I said, I still don't get my hopes too up, you know, even with the trailer, because you know, we could still be disappointed when we see the final product. But yeah, I feel that's like one of the main news, in my opinion, as of lately. You know, the whole Exorcist Believer title reveal, and you know, the footage being premiered at CinemaCon. And while I do like Jason and Michael, I prefer, because they're the most personality, Jason and Michael don't speak. That's very true, man. That's very true. I think with Chucky, I mean, we got a third season in the works with Chucky. They're more, yeah, I get you. They're more they could do more with them. They have their personalities. That's why I can't wait, man. I can't wait for the next Freddy film. I know we've been getting teased a lot with these returning of OG, franchises. But I'm just waiting for the day, man, we get some news about a Freddy film. Because, we got the Peacock series with the Friday the 13th. But, hey, man, Nightmare. That's the one I'm really looking forward to out of all. Because, hey, man, Freddy is just an iconic, one of the most iconic characters, of course, behind Michael Myers. So for sure, man, definitely, I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see what happens. But, that's going to be pretty much it, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. That was my little live stream. I want to thank you guys who tuned in, who stopped by to say what's up, chatting with me a little bit, wanted to update you guys, wanted to talk about some of this new stuff, man. Of course, we reacted to 2 trailers, the Boogeyman. It looks interesting. I will check it out. Even Insidious, the Red Door, I'm really looking forward to, man. And we're not really too far away from it. We'll be coming out sometime in July. But, yeah, of course, they don't... sometimes it's kind of weird, or not weird, but it's kind of like you expect a lot of these movies to be released in October, but obviously, for example, Insidious, the Boogeyman, they're obviously not going to release them in October because we are getting big releases in October. They don't want to be in competition with that because we are getting 2 big movies, probably more, in October. The Exorcist Believer, which I think will be the big, other than, of course, Scream 6, probably the biggest horror film of the year. I could be wrong. Saw 10 is coming out in October. So, of course, films like these, Insidious, The Boogeyman, Megan and stuff like that, they don't really want to... Because, obviously, they're not gonna outbeat those bigger franchises and stuff like that. But, interesting stuff, man. I'm in for everything. I'm open-minded about this stuff. Like I said, I've been bashing the Exorcist Believer movie. But, I still do, I still don't like the fact that and it's not like it's an exact remake. It's pretty much a direct sequel. But, I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. But yeah, I think I'm more curious than I've ever been with the Exorcist Believer movie, man, because of the whole fact that there's going to be 2, demonic possessions, and that's something we have not seen before. So that's something I'm really looking forward to, man, and I'm interested in how it plays out. But yeah, man, that's gonna be pretty much it. Can't wait to go watch Evil Dead Rise tonight. Like I said, expect a movie review. I might do it live. Why not? But expect more videos, man. Like you guys saw, I have my mic right here. I did like a new little setup right here, because I will be going back to the whole discussion videos, with photos and stuff like that. I want to do follow-up videos to a lot of my good videos that a lot of people really look forward to. For example, I do plan on doing a follow-up video to my horror movie crossover videos. That's been a really popular and successful video for me, and I know a lot of you guys like to talk about that kind of stuff. So be looking forward to that, man. Definitely be looking forward to that. We'll be doing a follow-up video. Even though, the whole crossover topic, I know it's mostly for entertainment. It's not like a serious thing that we will be seeing anytime soon. I don't think so. Like I said, you never know, man. The horror genre has been in a good run, as of lately. So you never know, man. Maybe in 10 years from now, we might get crossovers. But yeah, man, I really hope people keep it up, man. I hope they keep it up with these movies, because it's great. I like seeing stuff like this, like new releases. It's a difference, because of course we always get horror films every year, different kinds of horror films, but a lot of them, are pretty shitty. But I'm glad we're getting back to that phase, man, where people are kind of taking it more serious and more creative. You know what I mean? But thank you guys for watching. Shout out to all of you guys. Chippy, Slasher Fan, Joseph the Horror Guy. Shout out to all of you guys, man, who tuned in. Appreciate it. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more content. It's the Michael Myers signing out.